Today we're diving into the world of one of the most interesting religious orders within the Catholic Church, the Capuchin Franciscans. You may have heard the name in passing. Maybe you've seen a Capuchin monkey and wondered if there's a connection, or more likely ordered a cappuccino in a coffee shop and noticed the similar name. But few people know that both get their name from the brown-robed friars that we're exploring today. But who exactly are the Capuchin Franciscans? Where did they come from? What do they do? And why do they matter today? Here's everything you need to know about the Capuchins in less than 10 minutes. To understand the Capuchins, we have to go back to the early 13th century and a man named Francis of Assisi. Francis was born the son of a wealthy cloth merchant in Italy, but after a dramatic conversion, he gave up everything to live a life of poverty, prayer, and service. In 1209, he founded a new kind of religious life, the Order of the Friars Minor, or the Franciscans. Francis's vision was radical. Live like Jesus, give up all possessions, serve the poor, and love all of creation. The Franciscan movement grew rapidly. Men, and even women in the case of St. Clare, flocked to this new way of life. But with that growth came challenges. By the 1500s, the Franciscans had grown into a large, complex order. Some friars felt that the order had drifted too far away from Francis's original simplicity. They wanted reform. They wanted a return to the basics. The Capuchins were born from this desire for change. The Capuchin reform began in 1525, when a Franciscan friar named Matteo de Bascio felt called to return to the original ideals of St. Francis. He believed the Franciscans had become too comfortable, too worldly. Matteo wanted to live in solitude, in prayer, and extreme poverty, just like Francis had done. He began wearing a simple brown habit with a long pointed hood, a cappuccio in Italian. That's actually where the name Capuchin comes from. Eventually, Matteo and a few companions got permission to live out their version of the Franciscan life. Despite opposition at first, the reform spread quickly. By 1528, Pope Clement VII officially recognized the Capuchins as a distinct branch of the Franciscan family. Their growth was rapid, and they soon became known for three things: austere poverty, deep prayer, and preaching to the common people. So what made the Capuchins unique amongst the Franciscans? Firstly was their simplicity. Their habits were rough and unadorned. Their sandals were plain, if they wore them. They slept in small cells and tried to avoid comfort and luxury. Secondly was their poverty. Capuchins traditionally begged for their needs and lived amongst the poor. They avoided owning property as much as possible. This radical poverty was meant to free them to trust in God and to be closer to the people they served. Thirdly was fraternity. Capuchin friars lived together in small communities. They ate, prayed, and worked side by side. Community was essential for them. Finally, mission. From early on, Capuchins were known for preaching in the streets and undertaking missions in foreign lands. Their simplicity gave their message credibility. People listened because the friars lived what they preached. You might be surprised to learn just how global the Capuchin order is today. From Italy, the order spread rapidly throughout Europe. By the 17th century, Capuchin missionaries were active in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Today, there are over 10,000 Capuchin friars in over 100 countries. They work in parishes, soup kitchens, hospitals, and on missions. They serve in slums, prisons, and war zones. And while they may look similar, the way Capuchins live and work can vary widely by region. In some places, they still live very simply and rely on donations. In others, they run large-scale social service programs or educational institutions. But their core values, poverty, fraternity, simplicity, and prayer, remain consistent. The Capuchins have also given the world some truly remarkable figures. Perhaps the most famous is Saint Padre Pio, a 20th century Italian Capuchin friar known for his deep prayer life, receiving the stigmata or the wounds of Christ, and thousands of reported miracles. He spent most of his life hearing confessions and offering spiritual guidance. Even today, he draws millions of pilgrims each year to his shrine. Another figure is Blessed Solanus Casey, an American Capuchin from Detroit. He served as a porter or doorkeeper and was known for his humility and compassion. People came from all over just to speak with him and ask for his prayers. He was beatified in 2017. These men show that Capuchin holiness doesn't require fame or position. It's about quiet service, deep trust in God, and love for others. The Capuchins aren't monks locked away in monasteries. They live in the world, not apart from it. They're preachers, peacemakers, confessors, cooks, social workers, and spiritual advisors. They live poor, intentionally, to be rich in faith and solidarity. They choose humility over prestige, prayer over power, brotherhood over individualism. They are, in a word, Franciscan. And though the world has changed dramatically since 1525, the questions the Capuchins ask are still deeply relevant. What does it mean to live simply in a complex world? How do we stay close to the poor and the marginalised? How do we look after the earth and our common inheritance? Whether it's in a bustling city, a remote village, or a quiet friary, the Capuchin Franciscans continue their mission: to live the gospel, to follow Christ, and to walk with the forgotten. So next time you hear the word Capuchin, don't just think of the coffee or of monkeys. Think of the friars that gave them their name, and the rich history of serving the poor that they are known for. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking, subscribing, or leaving a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more History with Liam.